a, quote, highly aggressive visit. Well, that's how the Prime Minister of Greenland is describing the upcoming visit of Second Lady Usha Vance and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, as President Trump amps up talk of annexing the territory. The White House says Vance and Waltz will be there to watch the nation's national dog sled race and celebrate, quote, Greenlandic culture and unity. In response, Greenland's newly elected Prime Minister said, quote, what is a National Security Advisor doing in Greenland? The only purpose is to demonstrate power over the U.S. And Greenland is not the only country Trump has had his sights on. Yes, of course, we're talking about Canada. And Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is calling America an existential threat as he scheduled new elections for the end of April. CNN's Paul Newton is live in the Canadian capital of Ottawa. Paul, thank you for joining us. So in many ways, the upcoming election turns out to be all about Donald Trump.
Yeah, in fact, we forgive anyone who believes that he might actually be on the ballot. He is not, and all the national leaders, there are 6 parties, are pretty much campaigning against him. And Manu, Donald Trump is actually the perfect foil here because there is really no loss in standing up to him. And more than that, if it had been just economic, just about the tariffs, then you could look to the Canadian government and say you didn't prepare well enough. The economy isn't strong enough. Canada is weak in the face of this tariff threat. But it is that issue of calling Canada the 51st state that really is unnerving and, quite frankly, enraging Canadians. And that has allowed all leaders to really lean into some pretty dramatic language. I want you to listen to Prime Minister Mark Carney now.
We are facing the most significant crisis of our lifetimes because of President Trump's unjustified trade actions and his threats to our sovereignty. President Trump claims that Canada isn't a real country. He wants to break us so America can own us. We will not let that happen.
Gosh, that's stark language. I've never heard language in that, and I'm pretty old, Manu. So listen, this is what this campaign is about right now, especially heading into April 2nd, right? Those reciprocal tariffs are supposed to come in, and the president has promised to hit Canada pretty hard.
Yeah, that is some strong language there. And Carney also got some help from Hollywood in a new campaign ad. Let's listen.
Capital Saskatchewan. Regina. Tragically. Hip. You're a defenseman, defending a 2-on-1. What do you do?
Take away the pass, obviously.
What are the 2 seasons in Toronto?
Winter and construction.
Wow. You really are Canadian.
Yeah. But let me ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right. Elbows up.
Elbows up.
So how is that Mike Myers ad going over in Canada?
Listen, as I've said, as many groans as laughs. It's a bit corny, it's a bit stereotypical Canadian, but hey, again, Canadians leaning into that. Full disclosure, I did not play hockey except for road hockey. I was a hockey mom. And everyone can understand why Canadians need to stand up to the United States in this moment. But I will say as well, that, look, there is no winning side here because Canada really is facing a threat on these tariffs. And it was interesting that Mark Carney, the Prime Minister, was in Gander, Newfoundland, Manu, he's there this hour. Gander, Newfoundland, so connected to that Broadway musical, right? Come From Away. And he highlighted the fact that the battle is not with Americans, but it is with Donald Trump. The fact that Canadians and Americans have always had this relationship. I go back to the way I started, Manu. Donald Trump has provided a perfect foil for what is a very tight, a very sharp, a very short campaign. Canada is voting on April 28th. And I think most of the leaders hope that he stays that way as they're getting very good traction.
Yeah, and that's why he called those snap elections. Of course, things are looking better for him in the wake of this battle with Donald Trump. Paul Newton from Ottawa, thank you so much for that report.